phones, and they didn't have dumb phones. They didn't have any phones. They didn't even have TV. They had nothing. They didn't have books. You couldn't afford a book. They would have heard, the readings, at the temple, and they would have memorized them by saying them again, again, and again. And that's what did Moses say? Repeat it again and again and again and again. There's nothing wrong with rote memory of certain things that are important. By going through scriptures again and again, when you're talking to someone, scriptures will come to your mind, and it'll just flow right. I mean, it'll just make, you'll know. God will just prompt you to tell somebody something, and you won't even. I mean, this is how God. I mean, how can you give something you don't have if you're spending all your time on garbage? Then how can you be? When you're talking to someone else, you're going to probably be talking about the garbage you were putting in. To be completely honest, and there's a lot. So we have to be careful. We don't try to take in too much stuff that'll get us just. You don't want to take in. Sometimes even the good will keep us from the best, and so we have to just be. That's just a little bit of word of caution. Okay, so we have the Passion here, and we're gonna not cover it because what's that? Because Joe has needs a break today. This is a lot of reading, Joe. This is about 20 minutes of reading, and which is wonderful. And it's hard for me to sometimes go through the Passion because it just strikes you. I mean, and really you should be part of the Passion and meditate upon it and just put yourself there. And I think that's what they try to do when we're saying, as a people, crucify him, crucify him. I mean, we're part of that Passion. We're there with Christ. And really, we're there as we're in part of the Mass. We're part of what's going on during Passion Week. We're there. I mean, that's where the Mass, it's a sacrifice. It's the sacrifice of the Mass. And so it is a sacrifice. It's an unbloody sacrifice, but we're partaking in that one sacrifice that Jesus had for us with every Mass. So I think we'll go into the fulfillment of all desires. We are on page 296. The prayer of union. 296. If you guys don't have a book, there might be an extra one around.
I forgot mine.
Is there one around or no? Oh, you guys are going to share?
Click in his pants,
Honor thy mother. As Teresa discusses the stages of prayer, she makes clear that she is talking primarily about a difference of degree in the intensity which were absorbed in the Lord in prayer. So, in the fifth mansion, she talks about the prayer of union, in which not only the will, but also the memory, imagination, and the intellect are captured by the Lord in yet a deeper absorption. This absorption can be so deep that the person experiencing it is not aware of anything around them. The faculties now are not just lightly sleeping, but are suspended. So, some of the saints, they'd be in this, like it's almost like ecstasy. They're not aware of, and I think the kids that were at Garamandel might have been in something similar. They were having a. So it'll vary. It's a prayer of union where they're not aware. They're so involved in the prayer with God that they're not aware of the things around. But that doesn't mean maybe not completely unaware. So, there's no. So in the spiritual life, it's not all